20% off. Use code RUSH25 at checkout on Roback.com for 20% off your first order. That's RHOBACK.com. 20% off all hoodies, joggers, and more with RUSH25. Roback, where action meets comfort.
KERX Paris Fort Smith.
Expect to go score every time we touch the ball.
Touchdown, Arkansas.
ESPN 95.3.
I think the biggest challenge is just to keep the players motivated and keep them working together and, keep them trying to individually prepare to get better, be good teammates, make sure they take care of their teammates and have a great attitude in the locker room. I think it's a challenge sometimes when you get beat to come to work with a smile on your face and attack the day. And that's kind of what we've been focused on, is let's make sure when we come in the building we're enjoying what we do. We're very, very fortunate that we're athletes in Division I football, and let's come in and get better each day while we're in the building. It'll be fun to get cranked up and go play.
Live from the Busch Light Studios with Ty Richardson.
They got some girth.
And Tommy Kraft.
Big ol' rack and a thick neck.
And produced by Colton Little. This is The Morning Rush.
Kind of a crass opening here. Girth. Hey, it's Talking Town Tuesday here in The Morning Rush.
You left out Big Rack.
Yeah, Big Rack.
It is deer season.
It is deer season. I guess the Talking Town in Baton Rouge is what's going on with Brian Kelly, which we'll get into coming up. Across Arkansas, it's our bipolar weather. It's the football teams finally got a game again this week after having a bye. How about the women's basketball team last night, Tommy? Who was down late and ended up coming back to win in overtime against UCA. And then basketball team trying to bounce back against the Bears on the men's side tonight.
Yeah, I think for a lot of people, they're probably not paying a ton of attention to the women's team, but I think tonight you'll have a good crowd there for UCA as be another chance for the home team. I don't have a lot of hopes for this women's team to win a ton of SEC games based on the way the season started at this point.
Well, they hadn't lost a game.
I understand that, but there's been struggles along the way. They trailed 15 in their opener, and last night, like you said, had to go to the end. So, knowing how tough the ladies' side is in the SEC, that doesn't make me real confident that we're going to celebrate a lot of SEC wins this year.
D texting in here in the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Ladies played bad for 95% of the game and then played good the final 6 minutes.
It was enough.
Including overtime. I was cracking up listening to Cal last night. You heard from Bobby Petrino for the first time yesterday. Colton put together that compilation of him getting ready for this LSU game, which there's plenty of memories we'll get into later on this week. Cal was live with his coach's show last night, and I think he kind of summed up how Arkansas fans feel right now, whether they're at games or just right now overall with what's gone on with the football team, the basketball team losing this weekend, with him talking about this hog call.
So last week, we were calling the hogs, but I was kind of, you get a little older. Do you do it like that or do you do it like this? You try to do that.
Stretch them as far as you can.
Some of you are older and what? So someone took a picture and said it looked like you were getting arrested.
And again, you can't see what he's saying there, but I just thought it was funny. You know how there's a difference, Tommy, when you're winning and the hog call is boisterous, it's emphatic, everyone's hyped up and stuff. I mean, you've been a football game or two and seen the difference, and that's just kind of how the fan base is right now. Like even during these hog calls or events or we're talking about stuff, it's just kind of like, ugh. It's just kind of, all right, let's do the hog call. Like they haven't done anything since September the 6th beating Arkansas State, and really haven't done anything since the school year started that's significant, football or basketball.
I mean, you can't lump basketball and football together, though.
But fans do. What do you mean we can't? Fans do it all the time.
You shouldn't. If you are, you shouldn't. I mean, that's apples to bumper cars. Because they haven't won on a Saturday. It's just a terrible. I mean, I don't understand the line of thinking. I guess I'm not a subscriber on that.
Why? So explain that.
I thought I just did. I mean, just because they haven't won a Saturday,
but do you not get
basketball game? I don't.
Do you not get how fans feel right now? The fact that
I am a fan. But I'm not putting football and basketball together. I mean, those are two entirely different things for me.
Do you think Cal summed it up kind of how Arkansas fans?
I think the hog call is awkward, and you only feel comfortable doing it in a crowd anyway.
Do you ever do it with Wyan, Bruce Sand, Pradco fishing? Do you ever do it when you're at an Arkansas game that Tennessee's not involved with?
Talking about the hog call?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you ever do it with her?
Or
is that like against your DNA?
I'm trying to think. I'm supportive. I actually have an Arkansas basketball shirt, so I separate
Just
them.
one.
I do.
Okay.
I do. I've worn it to support Dr. Stanton. Tommy, I think she's probably more like Ty. She lumps it all together. She was depressed Saturday. I said, man, you're on the road playing Izzo. I mean, that's a learning experience.
Yeah.
That's not reason to be depressed.
That's what Cal,
define the season.
And that's what Cal said. That's what he talked about. It's win or learn.
But I think because they've been losing so much in football, the losing gets lumped together because you get tired of losing.
If they had won Saturday at Michigan State, would that have made the football season better?
No. But it would have made people feel better because they actually won.
It's a little reprieve. But again, Tennessee, I know that the football season lately hasn't gone like you wanted to with that loss to Oklahoma, but Tennessee's at least had some things that people are like, man, this is still been good.
You're going to be 9-3 or 8-4. People just need to. We're not going to go 12-0. Just people need to get off that.
We were talking about the Heupel thing a little bit last week. It's just funny the dynamic there, and the college football playoff is how to. You think about how that's set up now. With I don't know, there's 6 teams. I would say Tennessee's probably outside looking in, but I think there's 6 legitimate teams in the SEC that still have a shot.
Fans can't handle success. Nutt got them to a point. And a good point, but they wanted more, and it ended up costing his job. Alabama, man, they expect to go 12-0 every year. It's not good. 11-1, 10-2 is not good enough. Then people get depressed. They call in sick for work on Monday when they lose on Saturday. Thankfully, it doesn't happen too much because I work for an Alabama company. But it affects people. Losing sucks.
Yeah. Hey, thank you for listening this morning here on your favorite ESPN Arkansas radio station or on the Hit That Line Now app that's powered by Taco Bell. Whether you're craving something cheesy, saucy, or crunchy, Taco Bell has you covered. If you haven't downloaded the Hit That Line Now app, what are you waiting for? Do it now in the Apple or Google Play Store. You can listen live anywhere you go, podcast. You can watch live. You can interact with the studios here. It's all available there at the Hit That Line Now app, powered by Taco Bell.
All right, we got a Pradco Pyramid of Power coming up. There's a few other topics I want to get into as well this morning, but this stuff with Brian Kelly and LSU just turned a little more interesting.
It's time for the opening drive.
Stop. Really? Is that the first question?
I'm in favor of execution. Maybe our entire team needs to be executed after tonight.
And we're sitting here again. We're sitting here again talking about the same things.
I think my accent's pretty good. You know what? You're spoiled. You're spoiled.
So the advocate, via records request, found that the lump sum payment offered to Brian Kelly was $25 million, which Kelly rejected. And then Julie Cromer, LSU's executive deputy AD, increased that settlement offer to $30 million in 2 payments. So 15 and 15. And Brian Kelly rejected that as well. 7-7 cash.
It's your money. Use it when you need it.
All right.
That's pretty well done there.
Thank you, Colton. So, for those that do not know what's currently going on
877 cash now
in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Kelly, according to LSU, has not formally been terminated, according to LSU. And apparently,
what he should do is show up and be ready to coach on Saturday then. If he's not been terminated, then I'm coaching the game on Saturday.
Take Wilson. But you heard Matt Moscone of 104.5 saying that his attorneys rejected the $25 or $30 million settlement offer. That would, again, with the same mitigation clause with that Sam Pittman no longer has to pursue another coaching career, that would be the same for Brian Kelly. I think he's 64 years old, if I remember that right. But because
they're trying to create cause they don't have.
Correct.
And if you're a sitting head coach with a sizable contract, or you're negotiating a deal this year or in the future, this is the thing that I would be most worried about: the fabrication of cause. This is where the you know, if you watch, you like House of Cards or some of these political satire type shows where things happen. This is what it reminds me of. They're just going to come up with a scandal. They're going to fabricate evidence because it's going to be worth it.
Have they asked for a cell phone yet?
Exactly. Things like that. They're going to find something in the phone records. If moral turpitude was involved, I was reading through this last night, or if you violate an NCAA rule, well, how long do you think you'd have to dig on any SEC program to find a violation of a rule within your program? So, I mean, this is not the first, nor will this be the last of this kind of tactic we see from an SEC school.
You think he's smarter than Hugh Freeze? You think he'd hand his phone over without scrubbing it?
That's why you have a burner phone if you're smart. That's why you got to have a burner phone. So, in the end, this is not going. It's already ending ugly. The way it's being handled by LSU, and say, well, the AD didn't have the authority to fire him. Did he have the authority to hire him? Who hired him? So now you're telling me he Scott Woodward could hire, but he can't fire? I mean, none of LSU's stance to me makes any sense at all.
I also read in this piece from the Advocate that he's supposed to be notified and given like 7 days for a response if they're trying to fire him with cause. And I'm paraphrasing what I read this morning, but it doesn't sound like, according to Kelly's representation, that was done. So if they're trying to go that route that you're addressing, Tommy, it doesn't sound like they did that initially.
They're trying to save money. Even if they cut it from 54 to 40 million, that's
14 million.
14 million bucks.
If you're Brian Kelly, what makes you feel worse, this situation or knowing Les Miles and Ed Orgeron won national championships and you didn't? Which one makes you feel worse?
So this, in addition to Governor Jeff Landry and what he had to say, I was like, man, I hope he keeps talking because that might affect who LSU hires. But I would have to think this substantially hurts their coaching pool on who they could go then. When you see, it was one thing for someone within the government to say that, and you're like, okay, this probably isn't great, but this, like, if for coaches who, not that they want to get fired and get that buyout, but I would think this is substantially worse than what happened with Jeff Landry.
I think you're right. I think you're exactly right, because now you're going, if you take this job, and there will be a coach more than willing to take this job and their money because they believe they could do what, well, if Ed Orgeron and Les Miles can do that there, I think I can too. There's plenty of coaches that believe this, but I think what this does is it runs the cost up on your next coach. It means the language in your contract must be even more specific if you are the candidate. So, yeah, I mean, I would have a very low level of trust. Doesn't mean I wouldn't go to work for LSU if I was a candidate for the job, but I would have a very low level of trust as you put that contract together.
But how much of this is just they really don't like Brian Kelly and how disingenuous he's been for the last 3 years?
That's part of it. I think more than anything, they want to save $20 million if they can. I mean, to me, if there's cause, it's got to be obvious. I don't even think you could dig up some kind of violation with the NCAA at this point. I don't think you can, you just need to pay him. If I'm Brian Kelly, I say $40 million, I get it in 2 payments of 20 over the next 24 months, and I'm out, and I don't have to mitigate. And I'd be done with them. I'd rather have $40 million now than have to go find a job and be offset on the 54. So he really could make a good decision here, but 30 isn't going to work, clearly. And I think now that they've kind of got a bad look going on, man, I'd try to get that number to 40 if I was in Kelly's camp. Be down the road.
Now?
Who cares if you got $40 million?
Yeah, but I mean, who would want to hire him?
At 64 years old, I mean, he's in a.
Signetti just got $100 million at 64.
Yeah, he's a young 64. And Arkansas's got an interim head coach who's almost in Bobby 63. Going to be 64.
He's not going to get $100 million.
But I mean, I'm just saying that age. That age is certainly one that people are looking at still. But not what I would be doing. But if I'm Kelly, I'm getting as much of that. I'm getting $40 million and going down the road.
So we'll get some more reaction from you here on the Loose Automotive Group Hotline about Brian Kelly. We'll jump into kind of what Bobby Petrino had to say yesterday in your Hog update. College football playoff rankings come out tonight. I know Lane Kiffin had some comments about that we'll touch on as well. But prior to the rankings, we've got our Pradco Pyramid of Power to get
All right,
to.
that's your opening drive this morning, and is brought to you by Joe's Grill and Cantina. Back at it Saturday, 11:45, perfect lunchtime. For Arkansas and LSU road games, so very few of you probably going to be down there in Baton Rouge. So head to Joe's and enjoy half-price apps and cheap taps all during the game. Wear your Hog gear, wear your Hog hats. Call the Hogs with all your friends. Bring them with you. Chips and salsa, they'll be making them fresh that morning. All your favorite appetizers will be half price, and your favorite beers on tap will be cheap as well. It's half-price apps and cheap taps at Joe's Grill and Cantina for the ball game this Saturday. Joe's Grill and Cantina is at 3400 South 74th Street across from Harps.
LearNet.com, LearNet.com, LearNet.com. There you go.
Chrome blackback, Chrome blackback.
Who are the best football teams in the SEC? Let's find out.
Perhaps I could be of some assistance.
This is the Pradco Pyramid of Power.
Seemed like we had a bunch of the Pradco Pyramid of Power top 6 that were idle last week, so it's kind of hard to move a lot around from a week ago. Had Texas A&M at the top last week. They ended up beating Missouri 38-17. No need to move them down at 9-0 and 6-0 in the league. I've still got Texas A&M at the top of my Pradco Pyramid of Power.
Yeah, I agree. When you look at number 1 and 2, Texas A&M and Alabama, A&M's road victory over Mizzou was a lot more impressive. So, yeah, still number 1.
Alabama, we just talking about LSU. Alabama beats LSU. They get their 8th win and 6th in league play. I've still got Alabama in my top 2 after a 20-9 win over LSU.
You know, if LSU just wasn't so anemic, they made a quarterback change in the game, brought Van Buren in, and he was terrible. Outside of that one bomb, LSU was in that game. But, yeah, Alabama number 2.
All right, I'm going to keep Georgia at 3. They did more than I expected. I thought they'd have a tighter ball game at Starkville. 41-21 the final. Georgia wins on the road in a tough place to win. I got Georgia at number 3.
Fell behind 7-0, blew them out. Number 3.
Yeah. Ole Miss at number 4. They beat nobody, the Citadel, but did get the job done. Looked convincing. Hard to drop them at all, but hard to put them ahead of Georgia with the head-to-head loss. I got Ole Miss at number 4.
I remember the last time I saw the Citadel in person. That was a bad day for Arkansas football.
Thank God that's been 33 years ago or whatever.
A long time ago.
Yeah. Ole Miss at 4, you agree?
Yes.
All right, I got Vandy at 5. Come from behind, OT win, but they do win against Auburn at home. I got Vanderbilt at the 5th spot with their 8th win of the year.
Well, I'm going to change. I went Texas number 5.
Okay.
They're coming off an open date. Hey, everything's still in front of them with Georgia and A&M. Big ifs, but I got Texas number 5.
Yeah, Texas and OU were both off this past weekend. That was 2 that I was considering. Tennessee was off as well. I had them at number 6. I had Oklahoma and Texas just out. I'm going to leave Tennessee at number 6, but to me that's wide open. It could be Tennessee, it could be OU, it could be Texas. It really probably needs to be Texas over OU since of the head-to-head. But the eye test still tells me OU may be the best of those 3 after beating Tennessee. So I guess you could go 6A, B, and C with Tennessee, Oklahoma, and Texas there. So that's I'm going to just leave Tennessee in there, I guess, for now. So.
I got Vanderbilt number 6. They play to the level of their competition. If it's Alabama, they'll play up. If it's Auburn, they'll play down. They're 8-2, and if they beat Kentucky and Tennessee, they got a playoff berth.
All right, so all in agreement again this week. A&M, Bama, Georgia, Ole Miss 1, 2, 3, 4. A little bit of a difference in 5 and 6. I got Vandy there. Bruce has Vanderbilt at 6th. I got Tennessee in there. He's got Texas. Ty, where are we right? Where are we wrong?
I just don't know how you could put Tennessee at 6 when they lost to Oklahoma, and I think Texas is better, so I'd kick them out.
Well, Oklahoma lost to Texas. So, I mean, just
well, that's what I'm saying.
Triangle,
you got to put Ole Miss or not. Excuse me.
I got Ole Miss at 4.
You got to put Texas or Oklahoma there. I don't think Texas.
They were off this
Tennessee.
week, so I mean, I've got them, but we're talking about 6th spot anyway, but. Probably goes to Texas in reality because of the win. But I struggle with that because I think Oklahoma on the eye test, even though Texas beat Oklahoma, I think Oklahoma still looks like the best team to me. So, yeah, it needs to be either Oklahoma or Texas there.
A&M, Kevin was talking about this yesterday. They have one of the better non-conference wins of the season on the road going to Notre Dame and getting that win. Why do you, and his whole point is, why do you schedule those type of games if you're not going to get rewarded? Because he feels like A&M deserves to be number one in the college football playoff rankings. They came in at number 3 behind Ohio State and Indiana. And I don't jump and get on a pulpit for A&M often, but he's right. Like, why do you schedule that type of game if you're not going to be rewarded?
That's the best road win anybody's got.
It doesn't make any sense to me why you do that. And I know Indiana played Oregon in conference, but non-conference wise, it's A&M. As weird as to say, they deserve to be the number 1 team in college football.
Did you watch any of that Indiana game?
Yes.
That was amazing.
That was an unbelievable finish.
Amazing.
That catch was
Fernando
unbelievable.
Mendoza, he's a dude.
You think he ends up winning the Heisman?
If they go undefeated, he will.
He's because they don't play Ohio State until that Big Ten championship game.
He doesn't have gaudy stats, but when it's time to win, he shows up.
All right, that's the Pradco Pyramid of Power. Another edition of that this week. Cold weather, how's that affecting fishing these last couple of days?
Well, I sent you some pictures Friday before the cold front came in. We were out playing with a new color called almond milk. It's a play off Bobby Garland monkey milk.
Yeah.
So you got monkey milk on the bottom, and you got a little brown on top. And we were fishing with Peyton Ussery from Springdale up on Beaver Lake, pitching docks, flipping docks, shooting docks. And we caught 80 crappie, and we kept our limits and had a nice fish fry. But those fish, they're going to be getting around timber. They're going to be getting under docks. They're going to be a little deeper as the water cools down. And man, you'll be able to catch them this week.
Real quick, where can you find the almond milk yet? Is it?
You can't. We're field testing it, but you're hearing about it here on the Morning Rush.
All right, so be looking for it
in the next few months.
All right, be looking
almond milk.
All right, Bass Pro Shops, Academy, LureNet.com is where you can find everything. It'll be there probably first.
It'll debut on LureNet.
And your favorite tackle stores all over the place. So be on the lookout for Bobby Garland almond milk, right?
And the baby shad.
And the baby shad coming soon. All right, Bruce, good to see you. Hopefully weather warms up here the next day or two and back to some nice fall fishing.
That's right.
All right, that's your Pradco Pyramid of Power.
All right, we got our hog update coming up. Going to hear from Bobby Petrino and also Cal from last night. Stay with us. It's a Talk of the Town Tuesday.
Talon forced to run inside the 40, first down at the 35, inside the 30 to the 20, cuts outside of the 10, 5, touchdown Arkansas, no flags.
This is the Morning Rush.
The Mega Millions jackpot from the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery is now more than $500 million. So, what would you do if you won?
The first thing I'd do if I became a millionaire is, call my mom.
I would buy my mother a Maserati.
I definitely would buy a jet.
Got your ticket? If not, visit your local lottery retailer for your chance to win the Mega Millions jackpot of more than $500 million. This is winning. Call 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
This is Bruce Stanton, Vice President and General Manager of Pradco Fishing in Fort Smith. If you're going to do some cold water bass fishing, you need to be using an Umbrella Flash Mob Jr. It's the best lure for duplicating a small school of shad and can be worked from the top of the water column to the bottom. Whether you're trying to win a bass tournament or whoop up on a bunch of white bass and stripers, the Umbrella Flash Mob Jr. will catch them. Available at Walmart, Bass Pro Shops, Academy, LureNet.com, and tackle stores all over the place. The Umbrella Flash Mob Jr.
Protect what matters most with the Fence Man. From heavy-duty security fencing to powered automatic gates, the Fence Man's got Fort Smith covered. The Fence Man has served the Fort Smith area for over 40 years. Custom built and built to last. Free quotes, financing for 18 months. When it comes to security fencing, nobody builds it better than the Fence Man. Call 479-782-3936 or visit thefencemanAR.com. The Fence Man, he ain't afraid of no work.
Be fun to get cranked up and go play.
This is the Morning Rush.
Valley Family Dental at the entrance to Riley Farms provides every type of dental care and procedure for you and your family. General dentistry, braces, implants, same-day crowns, and cosmetics. Dr. Sparkman, Farmer, and now Dr. Blaine Van Nice work to give all of their patients a better life with a better smile. Valley Family Dental, 5901 Riley Park Drive, Suite A at the entrance to Riley Farms. Let them know you heard this on ESPN Radio and receive $300 off a snore guard. Valley Family Dental, 479-226-3500 for an appointment or visit valleyfamilydentalpractice.com.
How could I possibly be expected to handle work on a day like this? Take a day off and check out the certified pre-owned rides at Rath Auto Resources. Just bring in your old car and upgrade to the road-ready certified pre-owned vehicle of your choice and get state sales tax paid. So choice. I highly recommend picking one up. Life moves pretty fast, so stop and look around at Rath Auto Resources, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, rathautofortsmith.com. You're still here? The ad's over.
Hey Razorback fans, Matt Jones here. We're all experiencing higher prices on just about everything, and that includes sunrooms, patio covers, and windows. If you've gotten an estimate on any of these projects and you were shocked by the price, then you need to call Sawyers. They've been making quality, affordable products for 35 years. They're local, they have 100% financing, and a beautiful showroom with all their products displayed. So give my buddy Buzz a call or check them out, sawyers-sunrooms.com.
Top CDL Academy is a licensed Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration that provides the federal required training to obtain both Class A and Class B CDL licenses. Our program provides assistance with employment after graduation. We have finance and grant options available. Students straight out of class have started new careers earning $70,000 to $140,000 per year, and training is provided for all 50 states. Call today, 479-632-1050. COP CDL Academy.
Here's to you and yours from the friendly folks at In Good Spirits, your upscale liquor store in Fort Smith. At In Good Spirits, they've got what your taste buds are craving, including flavorful wines from around the world, scrumptious brandies and liqueurs, tempting whiskeys and beers, and fine cigars. Treat yourself to the best as you listen to the game. Check out In Good Spirits, 12100 Highway 71 South, across from Riley Farms in Fort Smith.
Equipment down? Got a leak? Lost pressure? Don't let hydraulic problems slow you down. At Central Hydraulics in Fort Smith, we've got the power to keep you moving. From hoses and fittings to full system repairs, our expert team delivers top quality service fast. Central Hydraulics specializes in hydraulic pumps, cylinders, and custom-built solutions, so you can get back to work. Heavy machinery, farming equipment, construction rigs, if it runs on hydraulics, we've got you covered. Visit Central Hydraulics today or call 479-646-0471 for fast, reliable service.
Every long relationship needs a little heat, spark, to keep things exciting, something bold, unexpected, saucy. Hold on, not that. We're talking about your relationship with crispy chicken, and Taco Bell just spiced it up. 2 crispy chicken strips wrapped in a tortilla dripping with Frank's Red Hot Diablo sauce. Hotter, crunchier. Can you stop it, please? Crispy chicken from Taco Bell, a brand new classic. At participating U.S. Taco Bell locations for a limited time only while supplies last. Contact store for participation which varies. Frank's Red Hot is a registered trademark of the French's Food Company, LLC, and used under license by Taco Bell.
World-class trout fishing is the star of the show at Gaston's White River Resort. We're a few days away from all the worries and stress will make all right in your world. Gaston's has friendly, experienced guides to help you land your limit. Enjoy your stay at Gaston's in one of their private cottages or reserve a lodge for up to 20 people. Call now and let Gaston's help you plan your next getaway on the White River. 870-431-5202. That's 870-431-5202. Or learn more at Gastons.com. Gaston's, a first-class time, every time.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
There's only one Razorback.
All the time he loves the Razorbacks.
Razorback fans, let's stand up and call those.
7 down.
This one belongs to the Razorbacks. Ball's on the ground, picked up by Colin. Alex has got room.
Everybody, woo big Philly. This is your Hog Update on the Morning Rush. Brought to you by Mr. Sparky. Need a licensed electrician to service your home? For one of their local pros, call 888-8-SPARKY.
Yeah, I mean, they both can really throw the ball. And we played against Van Buren last year, and he played well against us and did a good job. He's probably quicker to leave the pocket, quicker athletically leaving the pocket to get yards. Not that Nussmeier can't run, because Nussmeier's done a really good job throughout his career running and getting yards too. Van Buren just has a little bit more suddenness and quickness to him. But I'll bet they'll be non-committal the whole week probably and make us prepare for both of them.
Yeah. We talked about this a little bit yesterday, Tommy. It might actually be better if they tried out Garrett Nussmeier for Arkansas, just because of the mobility concern that you have with Van Buren. I honestly think Arkansas might be a better matchup against Nuss, even as much college football as he's played. D in Fort Smith thinks that Van Buren's probably the better QB for LSU, and Nuss isn't the same guy. 'Cause we were commenting on it yesterday. Could we see a QB change for the Tigers? I hope we don't, because I think Arkansas has a better chance to win if they stick with the same thing.
Well, and as an interim coach for LSU, you got two interim coaches going head to head here. What do you really have to lose? He's not going to get that job. He's going to be somewhere else next year in all likelihood. So you feel like it's a risk you can afford and a risk that will help your team win. It'll do nothing but raise your stock for your next opportunity to be a coordinator somewhere. I'll be interested to see what they do, and it gives Arkansas something that they got to prepare for that probably weren't planning on getting ready for.
This is one of the best defenses you'll play all season. I know you played the likes of Auburn and some other talented squads like Texas A&M. LSU held Alabama to, I think it was 20 last. It was 20-9. Bama barely covered, but I don't know if you'll have to play weeks. You think about some linebackers for LSU that have just wrecked the games. It was Harold Perkins back in 2022 in Fayetteville, and then it was Whit Weeks in Fayetteville last year in 24. Perkins is going to be good to go for this weekend, but don't know if you'll play Weeks based on his availability. He's been out, I think, last 3 weeks.
And I don't imagine what's from an LSU standpoint. I don't know what really. Tell me what either team's playing for.
LSU, I guess, is still in bowl eligibility, but they don't really care about. They care about national championships, and that's what after losing, that's why you like playing these guys after Alabama, Tommy, because they're so much of their season hinges on that one game, and a lot of times you're able to pick them off. Now, Arkansas has not beat these guys since 21. It's been a while, and I think you went until it was like 2015-21 where you went with a dry spell and not beating those guys. Maybe again you're looking for the glass half fullest type of ways that you can beat these guys, and I tend to think it's going to be a game in the fourth quarter that Arkansas ultimately can't find a way to win, like we've seen many times this season.
You're 5-4, and you're right about bowl eligibility. You're 2-4 in the league. Talking about LSU's numbers, so I just don't really know what as a program for these kids. You're trying to put something on tape for this coaching staff. Maybe you're trying to prove a little bit for the next job, but I'm from an LSU standpoint, I'm not sure what you're playing for.
Well, listening to Petrino yesterday,
Be fun to get cranked up and go play.
I know that the guys coming off a bye week, and I know you didn't have any good momentum following the tough, heartbreaking loss to Mississippi State heading into it. And guys are hopefully just ready to play this game. Curious to see what LSU comes out early again, 11:45 this Saturday.
I think Arkansas's got more to play for than LSU, honestly. Having that offer in conference play, I think Arkansas should be the more motivated team.
I'd be hard-pressed to disagree with you on that. All right, that is your Hog Update this morning, brought to you by our friends at Mr. Sparky.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8
Well, hopefully they come out motivated, fired up, and ready to go on Saturday. Speaking of Saturday, it's going to be the last few days of state sales tax paid with Rath Auto Resources and Rath Mitsubishi. And Larry, it's over this Saturday, so if people want to take advantage of hundreds and thousands like the savings, they got to come see you in both Springdale and in Fort Smith.
Absolutely. This is the real deal, guys. We extended this after Halloween, and we kept it going as long as we could, but it's got to end sometime. It ends Saturday night at close of business, so you still got some time to come in, take advantage of state sales tax paid when you trade on a big inventory, road-ready certified used cars, just voted the best used car in the River Valley. And we would have to agree, these cars are hand-picked, they're reconditioned in our Meineke Car Care Center, they're covered by a comprehensive warranty. You're not going to find a better used car anywhere, online or around town. These are the best used cars your money can buy. We got a great selection right now. State sales tax paid when you trade. Both locations on those road-ready certified cars. And then the new Mitsubishis, 0% for 60 months right now, which is a great incentive. Rebates up to $3,500 if you choose to go that way. And you're going to get your state sales tax paid if you can get in here and get it done before Saturday night. So it's going to be a big week. We're geared up and ready to go, folks. Give us a call or come on by. We'll make it easy for you. It won't take long. We'll get you saving some money and driving better in a premium pre-owned vehicle from Rath Auto Resources or Rath Mitsubishi in Springdale. Check us out online at rathauto.com.
And again, that comprehensive warranty, that's on a pre-owned vehicle, on road-ready certified vehicles. That's right. It's unheard of, it seems like, Larry.
Yeah, it's a unique proposition in this market for sure.
Well, Larry,
Absolutely.
have a good rest of your week. And again, through this Saturday, take advantage. State sales tax paid at both Rath Auto Resources and Rath Mitsubishi. Larry closes out like you usually do.
Hey, thanks, guys. Folks, come to see us.
All right, when we come back, Morning Rush Daily Question. Going to hear more from Bobby Petrino on this upcoming game. Again, LSU's offense. Here's some statistics for you. Tommy, they rank 14th in scoring and 15th in rushing. You think you'd ever hear that about an LSU offense? No, they're especially Brian Kelly, which that's been their strength since he arrived on campus in Baton Rouge. Their defense has been the one keeping them in games similar to Auburn. So we'll talk about that, hear more from Cal in his coach's show last night as we continue on the Morning Rush.
Arkansas's home for the best sports talk.
That team we just played is a lot better than what they played today.
This is the Morning Rush.
The Mega Millions jackpot from the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery is now more than $500 million. So, what would you do if you won?
The first thing I'd do if I became a millionaire is, call my mom.
I would buy my mother a Maserati.
I definitely would buy a jet.
Got your ticket? If not, visit your local lottery retailer for your chance to win the Mega Millions jackpot of more than $500 million. This is winning. Call 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
This is Bruce Stanton, Vice President and General Manager of Pradco Fishing in Fort Smith. If you're going to do some cold water bass fishing, you need to be using an Umbrella Flash Mob Jr. It's the best lure for duplicating a small school of shad and can be worked from the top of the water column to the bottom. Whether you're trying to win a bass tournament or whoop up on a bunch of white bass and stripers, the Umbrella Flash Mob Jr. will catch them. Available at Walmart, Bass Pro Shops, Academy, LureNet.com, and tackle stores all over the place, the Umbrella Flash Mob Jr.
Protect what matters most with the Fence Man. From heavy-duty security fencing to powered automatic gates, the Fence Man's got Fort Smith covered. The Fence Man has served the Fort Smith area for over 40 years. Custom built and built to last. Free quotes, financing for 18 months. When it comes to security fencing, nobody builds it better than the Fence Man. Call 479-782-3936 or visit thefencemanar.com. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work.
Robinson, 3 to tie. It's good.
This is the Morning Rush.
Game day just got a whole lot better at Joe's Grill and Cantina. Wear your hog gear and enjoy half-price apps and cheap taps during every Arkansas game. Plus other drink specials that will keep the party going. Whether you're gearing up for kickoff or celebrating the win, Joe's is your go-to place for great food, cold drinks, and hog pride. Joe's Grill and Cantina. Half-price apps and cheap taps on game days during every Arkansas game. Joe's Grill and Cantina, 3400 South 74th Street, across from Harps.
How could I possibly be expected to handle work on a day like this? Take a day off and check out the certified pre-owned rides at Rath Auto Resources. Just bring in your old car and upgrade to the road-ready certified pre-owned vehicle of your choice and get state sales tax paid. So choice. I highly recommend picking one up. Life moves pretty fast, so stop and look around at Rath Auto Resources, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, rathautoportsmith.com. You're still here? The ad's over.
Budweiser, the American lager. A time-honored recipe, true to our original process, brewed using the choicest hops, rice, and best barley malt, delivering great quality beer since 1876. Budweiser. This Bud's for you. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2024 Anheuser-Busch Budweiser Lager Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
It's always good to be home for the holidays. So if you are currently looking for a different rental or you're new to the area and looking for your first rental in the River Valley, Marshall's Management has you covered. Apartments, duplexes, and single-family homes are all part of Marshall's rental inventory. And currently, Marshall's is offering holiday specials with big discounts on first month's rent and signing gifts to help you enjoy the holidays in your new home. Check out availability at marshallsrentals.com and get your unit picked out before they're all gone.
Archery season is here, and Infinity Sports and Outdoors has all your archery needs and more. Infinity Sports has top compound bows and crossbows, all tuned and ready to shoot. Expert bow technicians with years of experience are on site and ready to get you dialed in to hunt. Need gear? Infinity has tree stands, saddles, plus blinds from Banks Outdoors. Find all your hunting needs now at Infinity Sports and Outdoors, 3700 Highway 71 North in Alma. Infinity Sports and Outdoors.
Dad, the driveway looks dirty. You yucky, Daddy.
Hey, don't worry, boys. That's what we do best. At My Dreams Mo Wash, we make homes, businesses, and even big industrial spaces shine like new.
So you can clean houses and big buildings?
That's right. Residential, commercial, or industrial. No job's too big or too small. Call My Dreams Mo Wash today at 479-763-5561 or visit mjmowash.com.
My Junior's Mobile Wash. One call cleans it all.
At Hardee's, every Tuesday is now Tender Bender Tuesday. Right now, download the Hardee's app and join My Rewards. Buy 3 hand-breaded chicken tenders, get 3 free. It's Tender Bender BOGO. Every Tuesday now through June. This Tuesday, get 3 tenders, free. Next Tuesday, get them free. The Tuesday after that, you guessed it, free. Buy 3 tenders, get 3 free. Another great benefit for My Rewards members. Only at Hardee's. Registration and app required. Available for limited time at participating restaurants. See app for terms.
Save up to $4,000 on select Buick Envisions at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The Buick Envision showcases inspired design with exclusive features in this 5-passenger SUV. Or drive the brand new Buick Envista, a stylish crossover for as low as $399 per month. These are limited time offers. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith or online at harryrobinson.com.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Pat Social Morning Rush Daily Question.
All right, you men. I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to answer to the best of your ability.
It's going to be a quick answer to an incredibly terrible, long question.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Check out Nate and Christian's Place in Lowell online at carpatsocial.com.
Arkansas versus the University of Central Arkansas, UCA, tonight, 7 o'clock, Bud Walton Arena. Anything for tonight, even if they win a million to 1, if they just run out there and score 120 points, does it change anything in your mind tonight? What do you want to see? Is it Pringle stay out of foul trouble? Is it Trevin Brazell get back to his A game? Is it the freshman not jacking up 15 threes? What is it you want to see tonight in a non-con game against an in-state school?
I like to see Carter Knox get back on track.
Carter's in a great place right now. He was not in a great place. Imagine he struggled sleeping that night after the game, but he was in a good place today.
Non-factor, played less than 20 minutes. I think he's going to end up being the best player in your team. You've got some options with Thomas and Aiko, but I'd like to see Carter have a bounce-back game tonight.
All right. I'd like to see Nick Pringle play a game where he can go, he's not a 40-minute guy, never going to be a 40-minute guy, but he needs to be a 30, 32-minute guy, and can he do that without foul trouble, forcing John Calipari to sub him in and around? And work around his foul issue. So I'd like to see a game, even against UCA, that he can play guys maybe with 3 fouls. So that's the thing I'm looking for this evening. The problems from Saturday, they'll figure that out. That's been a consistent issue throughout the exhibition games and the first couple of games.
Ty, you mentioned yesterday the lack of girth the roster has, and Tommy, you're talking about the foul trouble. So one of those things is you'd like to see is the Razorbacks to get up by 1 million points tonight, to maybe see Elmer Joffich and Paulo Semedo, some of these reserve bigs. Hey, I
say that again. Go back.
Elmer Joffich and Paulo Semedo, I believe is.
I don't even know if you're right, but it sounds great.
I think that's correct. I'm going to verify during the before I come back again.
But tomato. Is that what
you want to see if he's a 7-footer, Tommy. We don't have one of those on the roster. You'd love to see.
But is he built like you?
He's built more like me than he is, unfortunately. But Elmer Joffich is the.
You need one built like me, not built like you.
Joffich is an Eastern. He's an Eastern Bloc guy, that Euro model, real thick in the shoulders, and hopefully you can see if one of those guys, possibly, if necessary, could potentially give you some minutes later on down the stretch when you might need it, because we saw Sealy come in to give a little bit of a breather to some of our wing players, and we might need him too. So you want to get up by a lot of points tonight to see if any of these guys that you've spent money on, that you've gone overseas to recruit, actually are worth their weight.
I just want to see if, again, can Nick Pringle play the first 20 minutes without his 3rd foul? That's that's one thing I'll be watching for tonight.
Can he play 20 minutes without his? Yeah, okay. Yeah, because he won't play the full half. Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Yeah, can you get to halftime with only 2 fouls? The guy's going to foul. Bull in a china shop. but seems like he can't get to halftime without picking up his third.
Cal's praised him for his defensive effort, and there's a lot of things that go unnoticed during the course of a basketball game that you don't necessarily see on the stat sheet and the rotations and everything else. But when you do see the stats pile up of fouls,
can you get to the under 12 without two? You know, I mean, I think you got to break the game down in 4-minute segments, and can you get through the first 2 4-minute blocks without your second foul?
He's going to get blamed the same as offensive line get blamed sometimes. When a guard or wing allows a straight line drive, which a lot of times has happened this year, and he's in a no-win situation where he either has to go attack the guard or the big's going to get a lob, and he gets a foul called him. Similar to when an offensive lineman, the quarterback doesn't tell, hey, this guy's blitzing, you got to pick him up, and you just allow it. Nick's getting unfairly, in my opinion, criticized for lack of on-ball defense from this team. And because when they blow by and then he's in a no-win situation.
I don't think you're way off base, but if you can't get legal, get out of the way early because you need him late for rebounds. So I'm not saying you're wrong, but I think if you can't get legal and defend without fouling, just get out of the way. I'd rather give up 2 points than give up 2 or 3 fouls. Am I way off on that line of thinking? Because his rebounding and what you need from him in real games in the last 10 minutes of a game is far more important than the 2 points you may give up with 14:27 to go in the first half.
In thinking that's good, but Cal's going to be screaming and yelling at him.
Well, but he only gets 5 of them.
You're
and
right.
I don't think you're wrong with if your guards don't get in front and defend, then he's left as the last man between them and the rim. I get what you're saying. He's a secondary defender. He's got to get out of the restricted area. But if you can't get legal, then get out of the way.
All right, that is your Cart Pass Social Morning Rush Daily Question. Go to cartpasssocial.com. Click on the events tab if you want to plan a Christmas party, a team building exercise, any event. Christian Olson, Nate Garahan, they can help you out this holiday season. You can always check online for their league play and different courses that they will be playing throughout the year. Again, cartpasssocial.com, #1 indoor golf facility in Arkansas, 122 Grant Place in Lowell. You can check them out. It's always BYOB at Cart Pass Social. Well, the team is in action tonight and the next 4 games in Budweiser Arena. DJ Wagner last night.
And just enjoy playing the Bud. Not everybody get to play in Bud. It's not a feeling like that everybody get to experience. I mean, it's going to be fun, and we all excited.
Cal got asked this question last night, just the ramp up before playing Duke again. I mean, you play, Samford Friday, you play UCA tonight. You got 2 other teams that
Winthrop and Jackson State.
Thank you.
Should
Winthrop
strike fear in your heart.
Yeah. And listen, you don't want the team to overlook it, but you have a great opportunity at a quad 1 game in Duke. And I don't know where the other teams are, if they'll be quad 2 or quad 3 wins if you can get them. But that's what the buildup is for this next game here in a few weeks.
Well, and it's all that's right, but it's also the ramp up to Duke on Thanksgiving. That's an evening game, right? 6 o'clock or something like that. This is your tune-ups. You got all the stuff that comes off the tape from Michigan State. Now you got 4 games, and you don't have to travel. You don't have to go anywhere. It's time to get right and get everything fixed, because I think I'm a fan expecting you to play hard with Duke and have a chance to win that game. Now it's not the end of the world if you don't, but I mean, if you get blown out, I've got problems. Go lose similar like you did at Michigan State, I'm not going to like it, but I'm going to understand it. But these next 4 games are tune-ups here. You better get ready. Whether they're quad 2 or quad 3, you can't control that. You just got to go win.
Got to go win. Again, we'll have pregame coverage beginning at 6:30 tonight. Chuck and Z courtside on all these stations and hitthatline.com, plus our Hit That Line Now app as well. In regards to the upcoming game against the LSU Tigers this week, and you brought up something earlier that I wanted to get into. When you think about the motivation factor for both schools, Arkansas is going for its first conference win, LSU just trying to get to bowl eligibility. I wanted to go back and reference a clip that was played the offseason prior to LSU having these troubles, and it was Whit Weeks talking about Garrett Nussmeier.
Told him, I was like, dude, if you come back, we're winning the Natty. Like, there's no doubt in my mind. Like, next year is LSU's year.
Weeks, we don't know his status for Saturday. The preseason first-team linebacker, Nussmeier, don't know if he's going to start or not. I'm kind of like you. I don't know. And I know they've got a new interim, and you're playing for the next guy, and you're playing for the next team you're going to go to in the transfer portal. But I just have to think Arkansas's got to be the more motivated team in this game, because LSU, it's national championship or bust in Baton Rouge, and they're not going to the national championship, much less the college football playoff, much less a meaningful bowl game. Arkansas's got more to play for, and you got 3 straight rivals too, which Bobby kind of joked about yesterday, but. You got to pick off one of them. You hadn't had the boot back in Fayetteville since 21. It's time to bring that thing back home.
Yeah, and just getting a win. I mean, I don't know where they're going to go with this job. You know, you've heard my stance. I'm not a got to hire Bobby. He's the number one guy. I just don't want to do any worse than Bobby Petrino. If there's a better candidate, do it. If you can't find someone that has a better resume and a better offensive philosophy and experience of running a program, you've got this guy. A win helps solidify some of that, but I just think it lifts the mood. Go get a win on the road at LSU. That's a place you've won before. It's 11:45. I'm sure they've got to feel like, they can get bowl eligible with this win over Arkansas, but I don't think, you think they care about playing in the Liberty Bowl or playing in some, Music City Bowl? That I don't see LSU fans getting real fired up about any of that.
Well, and
it's playoff or bust, and it's really national championship or bust for LSU fans.
This Arkansas team is not probably as good as the 2008 team with Casey and London Crawford in them, but that team ended with the win at the tail of the season and just kind of momentum it built.
Yeah, I thought the 8 game was something that made the offseason tremendously better for us. You come off the field, your last game with a big win, an upset win, one that you get basically the last play of the game. So that was a pretty special win.
Arkansas has played good on the road, whether it's under Sam Pittman and the games with Bobby Petrino as well. The line is tight. It's less than a touchdown. Where I was kind of surprised. I figured Arkansas would be like a 10-point dog, 11-point dog, at least double digits, but it's a tight line for a road game where, neutral side.
What did we say yesterday? It was 6 yesterday?
What's it at now?
5.5.
Wow, it's going in favor of Arkansas.
Yeah. So 5.5 is the line on the Bet Saracen app right now. Over under still 56. That's where it was yesterday. And money line's the same. Tigers are minus 210. Arkansas is plus 180. So line's moved a little bit.
If you have YouTube TV, will that situation be resolved by Saturday?
Let me check Bet Saracen for that as well. Let's see what the odds are on that.
Colton, have you got your $20?
No, because I'm not going to sign up for it. That's why I'm not going to take my time.
Smart.
Look,
what a bunch of garbage.
These morons, they add extra money to my bill, and they have month over month, and they do it automatically. They may send me a little email that gets lost in all my junk. But no. When you want me to get my money back that you rightfully owe me for not showing me every package that I pay for on my programs, I have to go click a bunch of links and fill out a bunch of paperwork. Get bent.
Yeah. He just wasted his What's Your Beef Wednesday for tomorrow.
Well, I'll have plenty.
This
But
you're
right.
I can get worked
You are
up.
right.
Well, after tonight, I can't. I have to go illegally stream. I have to be a pirate. I have to pirate these games on YouTube to watch them. It's garbage.
He's too good of a father to attend the game himself, so he's going to watch it with little Carter.
I'd love to go with him
next to him last night. Is it resolved by Saturday?
No,
I don't think so.
I don't either. I thought this would be like a week or two thing tops, and I think it's longer.
Cowboys on Monday Night Football. They missed that. Heads will roll.
Well, Ty's all bearded up. Look at this beard starting to come in. Almost a 5 o'clock
Looks
shadow
good.
here. Yeah, hey, it's No Shave November.
You keep making fun of me. It's
with
gonna
the
get
Arkansas
shaved.
Prostate Cancer Foundation. Help Ty and other men fight prostate cancer right here at home by growing your beard. Grow it, post it, and tag it with hashtag NoShave, APCF, and join the challenge at arprostatecancer.org. You're looking awfully rugged there, man.
Thanks, man.
It's like Grizzly Richardson.
With these
not Grizzly Adams, Grizzly Richardson
with these
here
khaki
with us.
pants and a pullover, as grizzly as it gets. I am wearing waders here in a few weeks, so we'll see if that
As much BS as you spread, you ought to wear waders. We wear waders when we're around.
just to avoid the water.
The Megan Millions jackpot from the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery is now more than $500 million. So, what would you do if you won?
The first thing I'd do if I became a millionaire is, call my mom.
I would buy my mother a Maserati.
I definitely would buy a jet.
Got your ticket? If not, visit your local lottery retailer for your chance to win the Mega Millions jackpot of more than $500 million. This is winning. Call 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
This is Bruce Stanton, Vice President and General Manager of Pradco Fishing in Fort Smith. If you're going to do some cold water bass fishing, you need to be using an Umbrella Flash Mob Jr. It's the best lure for duplicating a small school of shad and can be worked from the top of the water column to the bottom. Whether you're trying to win a bass tournament or whoop up on a bunch of white bass and stripers, the Umbrella Flash Mob Jr. will catch them. Available at Walmart, Bass Pro Shops Academy, LureNet.com, and tackle stores all over the place. The Umbrella Flash Mob Jr.
Protect what matters most with the Fence Man. From heavy-duty security fencing to powered automatic gates, the Fence Man's got Fort Smith covered. The Fence Man has served the Fort Smith area for over 40 years. Custom built and built to last. Free quotes, financing for 18 months. When it comes to security fencing, nobody builds it better than the Fence Man. Call 479-782-3936 or visit thefencemanar.com. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work.
Few things in life are more important than showing up. Whether you show up for your family, friends, or teammates, it doesn't hurt to bring a plate of their favorite beef dish. Together, we bring more. Find your next crowd pleaser at beefitswhatsfordinner.com. Brought to you by the Arkansas Beef Council, courtesy of beefitswhatsfordinner.com. Tom Murphy is brought to you by the Arkansas Beef Council. Beef, it's what's for dinner.
This is the Morning Rush.
Hey, it's Zach from the Ruskin and Zach Show. We will be live at Blue Ember Smokehouse Monday, November 17th at 8000 Phoenix Avenue in Fort Smith. Order one of their whole turkeys, juicy turkey breasts, or flavorful pit carving hams, all slow smoked the Blue Ember way. And don't forget your favorite sides, mac and cheese, green beans, baked beans, potato salad, and more. Spend more time with the family and less time in the kitchen. Place your holiday order today by stopping in-store or calling your nearest Blue Ember Smokehouse. Blue Ember Smokehouse. Get smoked.
Basketballs bounce, cheerleaders cheer, and fans are flocking to the paint store in Van Buren. The paint store in Van Buren is known for their color matching. The paint store in Van Buren is known for their help with color selection. The paint store in Van Buren shares their expert advice from 35 years of experience. If you haven't been to the paint store in Van Buren, you are missing out. How about you give them a shout next time you need some real-life help you can't get on YouTube?
When a business has been around more than 65 years, you know they're doing something right. Hey, Ty Richardson for Johnny's Transmission. They've been trusted in Fort Smith and the River Valley since 1959. Located at 1212 Phoenix Avenue in Fort Smith, they strive to make every customer's experience outstanding and want your vehicle to be in the best condition for the road ahead. Check out their website, johnnystransmissionfs.com, and find them on Facebook. Johnny's Transmission, family owned and operated since 1959.
Did you get us switched over to shelter insurance?
Actually, I found a deal online.
You did. Does your deal come with award-winning customer service?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Does the deal include a local agent?
Doesn't actually say.
Can we create a customized plan that fits our needs? Let's just call the local shelter agent.
For insurance that fits just right, find a shelter agent near you.
See Agent Randy Milam in Alma or Agent Brandon Zimmerman in Barling.
The Mega Millions jackpot from the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery is now more than $500 million. So, what would you do if you won?
The first thing I'd do if I became a millionaire is, call my mom.
I would buy my mother a Maserati.
I definitely would buy a jet.
Got your ticket? If not, visit your local lottery retailer for your chance to win the Mega Millions jackpot of more than $500 million. This is winning. Call 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Help.
We're keeping Arkansas beautiful. Want to lend a hand? Don't be afraid to get them dirty. Every day, volunteers around the state are picking up litter, planting trees and wildflowers, recycling, and more. You know what these volunteers need most? Help. Volunteer today at keeparkansasbeautiful.com. Learn more about all our programs. A message brought to you by the Keep Arkansas Beautiful Commission, this station, and the Arkansas Broadcasters Association.
Are you ready to indulge in an unforgettable fine dining experience? Then come join us at Uncorked, where every meal is a masterpiece, crafted with the finest ingredients to tantalize your taste buds. And with our extensive selection of cocktails, wine, craft beer, and bourbons, we've got something for everyone. So why not take a break from the ordinary and join us on Phoenix Avenue next to Sodi's? Come savor the moment with us at Uncorked, where every visit is a celebration.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, lots of sunshine. Our high temperatures this afternoon into the low 60s, clear skies, low 40s overnight, and then Wednesday back to sun. A high in the upper 60s to near 70. Will be in the low 70s Thursday. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by Forest Green Incorporated, committed to setting the standard of excellence since 1936. From the Bushlight Studios, this is ESPN 95.3, KERX Paris, Fort Smith.
Are you sure this is legal? I don't know. It's fun though, isn't it?
I think the biggest challenge is just to keep the players motivated and keep them working together, and keep them trying to individually prepare to get better, be good teammates, make sure they take care of their teammates, and have a great attitude in the locker room. I think it's a challenge sometimes when you get beat to come to work with a smile on your face and attack the day. And that's kind of what we've been focused on, is let's make sure when we come in the building we're enjoying what we do. We're very, very fortunate that we're athletes in Division I football, and let's come in and get better each day while we're in the building. It'll be fun to get cranked up and go play.
Live from the Bushlight Studios with Ty Richardson.
They got some girth.
And Tommy Kraft.
Big old rack and a thick neck.
And produced by Colton Little. This is The Morning Rush.
Hey, it's hour 2 of The Morning Rush, Talk of the Town Tuesday. There is a certain cast member from Baywatch that's going to be in Hot Springs that we're going to tell you about. So stay tuned for Talk of the Town Tuesday. Also for Tom Murphy, Arkansas Democrat Gazette. Whole Hog Sports coming up. You heard Bobby Petrino there talking about this upcoming game against the LSU. We remember the good times. Think about the games that Arkansas participated in when he was head coach from 2008 to 2011. So you won Miracle on Markham 2, Casey Dick to London Crawford. You got screwed in 2009, should have won that game. Tejada missed a field goal, and Ryan threw that late touchdown to Joe Adams, and you lost. 2010, Sugar Bowl. Thank you, Joe Adams.
Beat him in Little Rock.
Yeah, beat him in LR. That'll be part of our CJ's Trivia Tuesday question coming up. And then 2011, you're up 14-0 on the number 1 team in the country. You're number 3. Then Tyrann Mathieu decides to be Tyrann Mathieu and ruined my day.
And that had been a tough week. God, pardon me.
Garrett Eggman.
Garrett Eggman had passed away. Just an odd deal. Had a player and a young man of that age. Was best I remember playing video games, and his roommate or teammate came back and found him, and he was gone. Rattled the team, and like I said, they jumped out early and then couldn't hold on. And what was it? Was LSU was 1, Bama 2, Arkansas 3 in the rankings?
Correct.
And it was just a tough, emotional week. They'd spent a lot of emotion going into that week. So.
Yeah, they. Garrett still has a foundation. I think it's GU 88 if I remember that right. I remember watching him in high school, and I had some friends from Little Rock that went to Catholic that were friends with him. But it was anytime you lose a teammate, it's tough, and especially as young as he was. When
at that moment and where you were that late in the year, that's as good as Arkansas's football has been in any of our lifetimes.
You lost.
I'm not going to say it's as good as any Razorback sports has been, because obviously there's a national championship in 94 and 95. But it wasn't quite there. But it's probably the second best sports moments, period, era, whatever you want to call it, of most of our lifetimes.
Only BCS appearance in 2010, 2011. I mean, I always characterize it as this: you lost to the 2 national championship contenders in LSU and Bama. That's it.
If you're in your late 50s or 60s, you may consider the late 70s and 78 and 9 in that era where you had won the Orange Bowl against OU, and Holtz had them really rolling, and basketball was with the first set of triplets. That might be, if you're of an age to really have a working memory of the mid 60s, that's probably gonna be it. But for a lot of us that are under the age of 55 or younger, man, that's probably as good as you've really ever been old enough to experience in football. So speaking of football and Saturday, and if you're going to be watching the game at home, call Arts Barbecue. Do that right now. For a couple
Sloppy
calls.
pig. Sloppy
You can do that for Saturday, but you know what else you can do while you got them on the phone? You can order your Thanksgiving stuff. You can get your turkey. They can fry it. They can smoke it. They can do hams. They do pork or beef tenderloins. They got a full menu of everything, all the sides and everything you need for Thanksgiving. And they sold out last year. There was a point just a few days, 4 or 5 days before Thanksgiving, they couldn't take any more orders. There's only so much room. So if you want a smoked or fried turkey, or if you just want, I think they even do the roasted turkeys as well, but why would you not get it smoked if you can? They'll do that, plus the sides, the rolls, the pies. They got a deal for a whole meal. So you can do that. You mentioned the sloppy pig. They're going to have the smoked brisket queso back for this Saturday's game. You can call and order that now and have it ready to go for Saturday as well. $1 off burgers, including the sloppy pig. What is that? Well, they take their burger, then they pile it high with their pulled pork, and then they put that smoked brisket queso. It's a knife and fork situation. This is not a pick the burger up and eat it situation. You're going to need some assistance with this one. But it looks delicious. I have not had one yet, but you can try that out. It's the sloppy pig. It's all at Arts Barbecue. Plus, they got pork chops on special today. 452-2550 is the number. 2 doors east of Lowe's in Fort Smith. It's Arts Barbecue, Burgers, and more.
Taylor's doing great. He was full speed and practiced all week last week, and then did a good job last night. Both offensive linemen are back going. Shaq did not practice last night. We probably won't have him available for us. I'm just glad that it's not worse than it was. It was an ugly look on video, so he's.
We bring in our buddy Tom Murphy, Whole Hog Sports, Arkansas Democrat Gazette via the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, brought to you by the Arkansas Beef Council. And Tom, I know people were wondering kind of what Taylor's status was for this upcoming game against LSU. Sounds like he's good to go. Getting a couple offensive linemen back, it sounds like, as well as in Caden Kittler and Amarion Harris. Doesn't sound like you'll get Shaq back, but sounds like Arkansas used that bye week to the advantage prior to this game in Baton Rouge.
Yeah, good morning, guys. It does sound like that, and I appreciate you pronouncing Amarion's first name right, because so many people get that wrong. But, the offensive line really hasn't been the key part of the issues for Arkansas. I mean, they did struggle against a few blitzes here and there, and one of the games along the way, maybe the Auburn game, they had a rough game. But, that's been a pretty solid unit. They hit the portal properly on that deal. So it would bode well to have better offensive numbers in this game at LSU. And to me, the biggest overriding issue of all is how engaged are the LSU players going to be.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Arkansas appears to, even with the close losses and all that, especially the last one against Mississippi State, they appear to be engaged for Bobby Petrino. And so I think this is going to be the first battle of interim coaches on both sides in SEC history.
Yeah, I think you did.
You say in history of the league?
Well, I was talking to Andrew Hutchinson yesterday, and he does good research on this kind of stuff, and that's what he thinks is the case. So, it's certainly Arkansas and LSU both had plenty of interims along the way, but this is the first time they've met with both having interims.
You bring up a point Tommy and I were speaking to earlier. I mean, there was topic of Heisman Trophy for Nussmeier, national championship prominence for LSU, or the previous 3 coaches that got it. You got a fired coach. We don't even know if Nuss is going to start on Saturday. Tom, who do you expect to see tried out there for that first possession for the Tigers?
I think Nussmeier will. I mean, I think Frank Wilson said yesterday that when they do their stuff early in the week, it's going to be Nussmeier. I mean, he is the returning starter, big numbers and all, like you said, Heisman hype. And I don't know if you guys saw it, but that face mask penalty against Bama on him, that was vicious. That's one of the most egregious face masks I've ever seen. So maybe at first it was like, hey, let's just see how you're doing. And then I guess Frank Wilson made the decision, let's give Van Buren a chance. Let's see if he can ignite us a little. And I wouldn't say he did against the tough Bama defense, but Van Buren had pretty good success against Arkansas last year, aside from a couple of picks. I know one of them was tipped. But anyway, he says both are going to play, and I expect that to be the case.
Yeah. Tom Murphy with us on Tuesdays. It's brought to you by the Arkansas Beef Council. Tom, we've been kind of kicking around the idea of, or the question rather, what is LSU playing for on Saturday? They're 5-4. I know a win gets them bowl eligible. They're 2-4 in the league. I would almost argue Arkansas without a win might feel a little more urgency than maybe where LSU is at. It's tough to gauge, but making a Liberty or Music City Bowl or something like that for LSU, I don't think anyone's fired up about that either.
Right. And it's personal pride. It's all the things that have been applied to Arkansas the last several weeks. What do you want to be seen on tape? How much pride do you have in defending the home turf? The last time they played there was the embarrassing loss to A&M. Where they're getting booed and they're chanting to fire Brian Kelly. So there's a lot that goes into that. Certainly a lot of personal initiative and incentive for a lot of these players, as it is with Arkansas. But I'll tell you, it's just so disappointing for them because they spent so much money in NIL, and that's what they were touting at SEC Media Days. I've seen the number 18 million applied to how much they try to improve their roster. And in some cases, like Barry Brown at receiver and, various other spots, they have good talent. It just hasn't meshed properly. And the offense, who could have predicted the offense would have been such basically a disaster with their O-line and it's reflected in Nussmeier's numbers and all that. It's really been a head scratcher as to why they kind of disintegrated on offense.
Speaking of money in LSU, I don't know how much you've read up on Brian Kelly's situation. This one's getting odd as they're trying to negotiate the buyout. He's rejected their first two offers, and now they're trying to figure out some kind of cause to get themselves more off the hook. What's your take on what LSU's doing, and how does that affect their current search for their next head coach?
Well, that's a great point. That's what I've been thinking about as I read through this. I haven't read it in great detail, but I've read some stuff about how they're trying to fire him for cause, and when you get that nitpicky and all that, I do think it reflects on what's going on at your university, and I think it might have slowed the process for their next coach. And then hey, what is this all about? Are you going to get that tacky with how you fire a coach? Because it's been implicit from Kelly's side that he was just fired for performance, not for cause. So we'll see how that proceeds. But it is a sticky situation, and I do know that a lot of the LSU folks were tangled up working on that yesterday.
Yeah, and I just think it makes their job even a little less attractive to many. And I think this is going to be something that, whether it's LSU or other schools like Arkansas or Virginia Tech or Florida, or keep going down the list of openings, I don't know if the language changes in these contracts, but man, when you have these buyouts the way they are, I see the incentive for the school to find cause. And I'll be interested to see how this one pans out. And it's just odd. Scott Woodward didn't have the authority to fire him. Well, he hired him. Now he doesn't have, if I'm Kelly, I'm just like, well, cool. I'm not fired. I'll be there Saturday to coach the game. I just think this whole thing is a circus down there.
You're absolutely right. It's just fascinating at how this is playing out a lot more publicly than what's happening at Arkansas. And I think the governor sticking his foot into the deal is a big part of that, because, there's supposed to be a little separation there, but he made it so public that Woodward would not make the next hire that, things transpired from there. And it is messy, but it's my friend Glenn Gilbo has been calling it Louisiana Shakespearean University because of all the posturing and the behind the scenes and the drama. So, but LSU's pretty famous for that. They've had governors get into all kind of stuff over the years, and I got a brother who lives down there, and I keep a little bit more track of that than maybe some others.
I just hope it's a huge distraction for Saturday. That's all I hope.
Same.
Well, it would play in Arkansas's hands if that's what people are talking about. It's what players are being asked about and things like that.
Tom Murphy with us, Whole Hog Sports Arkansas Democrat Gazette via the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, brought to you by the Arkansas Beef Council. Tom, speaking of SEC coaches, Lane Kiffin, he can't stay out of the headlines. Some he makes his own, some they just appear. I wonder with the New York Giants job coming open with Jackson Dart, his former quarterback, the Miami Dolphins job that I expect to come open at the end of the year. I know we've talked about him with Florida and LSU, but in your opinion, could you see him entertaining the next level in the National Football League?
Well, if I knew Lane Kiffin's mind better, I would feel more, I would feel more trustworthy on commenting on that. But I don't know his mind well. I do know that he got head coaching experience at a very young age, to the point that Al Davis, called him a liar, a blatant liar, and that was 17 years ago that happened. And what I've seen publicly from him is how happy he is in Oxford, how you reflect upon your life and what's important to you with he and his family. And he seems to like Oxford. But the world is his oyster right now. He can certainly play any of these job openings into higher pay. And could Ole Miss potentially have the highest paid coaching gig in college football possibly next year? I mean, we know that Kirby Smart and some of those guys are making, I don't know if it's $13 million, but if Jimmy Sexton is listening, I will say this. We need a reset with the buyout situation. Tommy, reflecting on what you said a while ago, the coaches are being paid well enough on a yearly basis, and enough of it is going to be guaranteed, that these buyouts are now just comical, to the point that they're, crushing fan bases and schools on how much, they're obligated to pay. So I would like to see that part of it restructured. And Kiffin's certainly going to set the market, I would think, for Franklin and these other guys who are also kind of in, I think, wait and see modes.
Yeah. Last thing, Tom, before we let you go, stay within the NFL. Cam Little, his jersey on that 68-yard field goal, arrived at the Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton. Pretty crazy. You got LSU week. He kicked the game winner back when he was a true freshman in 21. Just how cool is it to see that honor for Cam and what he was able to accomplish?
It's super cool. I mean, he was a great kid while he was here. He started, pretty small with donating part of his NIL. I guess it was already going on to, causes like the Down syndrome and things. And he's just a wonderful kid. And I'm so happy for him. I hope he holds the record for a while, but as he even said earlier last week, that he thinks it might even be broken this year. There's guys like the Cowboys kicker and others that have the legs for it, and he does too. In fact, I was listening to the end of their game with the Texans, and if they had gotten a few more yards before the negative plays, he would have gotten a shot to break it again last week at the end of the game.
Oh. Tom, it's Veterans Day. I know you probably have family and connections that you're thinking of, just like the rest of us. So happy Veterans Day, and we will catch up with you on Thursday.
Tommy, I appreciate that. Yeah, my dad was in the military, and my sister, who I got time to spend time with this last weekend, asked me, "Are you working Monday?" And I said, "You know what I do. I'm a college football beat writer. Don't ask me if I work on Monday." See y'all.
All right. Tom Murphy with us here on the Morning Rush, brought to you by the Arkansas Beef Council. Few things in life are more important than showing up, and whether you show up for your family, friends, or teammates, doesn't hurt to bring a plate of their favorite beef dish along with you. Together, we bring more. Find your next crowd pleaser at beefitswhatsfordinner.com. Brought to you by the Arkansas Beef Council, courtesy of beefitswhatsfordinner.com. I had both grandfathers that served in the military. My mother's dad, on my Carter side of the family, he was in World War II. My dad's dad, he served in the National Guard and the reserves here in Arkansas for a number of years. So two that are close. I've got uncles that were in the Navy, and my father-in-law, Jack Lucas, he was in the Navy as well. So several in my family that served our country.
I know we got a lot of listeners here that served in some capacity, in some way, shape, or form. We have active listeners as well from time to time, and we've had listeners that have listened like Japan and various other countries across the world. So we appreciate obviously those that are currently serving and those that have served here on Veterans Day. All right, are you ready?
I'm ready. It's the talk of the town.
It is talk of the
Time
town.
for you to
Tuesday.
lose again.
Well, we'll see what
I need
happens.
to throw off today just to keep this bit going. If I
Throw.
win again, they may cancel the bit.
Yeah, I won 3 weeks ago.
It's been a while.
Oh, okay. All right, we'll
The
see.
Hogs have won since you've won.
Cold, yeah. Colder, that's painful to think about. Thank you, Southern.
But true.
Colder, remind before we get into it, remind our listeners that the rules and
We
regulations.
are looking for a new mayor of the Morning Rush. We do it every week here. Ask some general trivia questions about what's going on around this great state in hopes that our two hosts here are tuned in to what's really happening in the state of Arkansas. So I'll ask some general questions about that on Talk of the Town Tuesday.
Hang on, let me get my seatbelt on here.
I love this town. I love the winter. And the word around town says, I love this place. It's a very small town.
Wonder what's really going on in your neck of the woods? It's time for Talk of the Town Tuesday on the Morning Rush. Here's Colton Little with today's top stories.
All right, let's start and make sure that all is not quiet on the Eastern Front. We're going to be in Crittenton County here in eastern Arkansas today. Fellas, you know that drive to Memphis, you get there on the bridge, and sometimes you just think, man, this traffic is just super rough. The Arkansas Department of Transportation on Monday unveiled an updated rendering of what the new Interstate 55 bridge would look like. In the announcement, RDOT also took the opportunity to remind drivers all lanes of the bridge, now known as King's Crossing, would be closed this Saturday and Sunday for what officials said are important repairs to the bridge. The Tennessee Department of Transportation, in a joint effort, had previously said the new I-55 bridge will be replacing the old bridge, feature 6 lanes, and will be open in what year? Is it A, 2027, B, 2031, or C, 2029? Tommy is our reigning champion of Talk of the Town Tuesday. You are up to bat first.
Give me the
2027.
20. Okay.
2031.
Okay.
2029.
You can nix 27. It's either 31 or 29.
I'm going to go 2029.
2029 for Tommy. Ty, what do you say?
They might say it's going to be done in 2029, so I'm going to say 2031.
Ty Richardson off to a hot start.
Right.
It's 2031. It's
which means what? 2033?
Probably.
Sometimes.
You go across that I-55 bridge now, and you got the train bridge to the side. It is so claustrophobic driving across that one. I'll normally go I-40 and loop around wherever I'm headed because that bridge is just like claustrophobic to me.
Well, whenever I'm collecting Social Security, they'll finally have the new one open. Let's talk MLF. That's not Ty Richardson's favorite incognito category. It's Major League Fishing. Ooh. The Bass Pro Tour is headed back to Beaver Lake in 2026, marking the first time the national circuit has returned to Northwest Arkansas since 2017. Stage 5 of the season will run April 30th through May 3rd in Rogers. 51 of the world's top bass anglers will compete for the top prize, valuable season point, and a spot in Redcrest 2027, which is the championship tournament. Fellas, what is the grand prize for winning at Beaver Lake in April of 2026? Is it A, $150,000, B, $250,000, or C, $50,000 for ripping lips? Ty?
I'm going to say 50.
50? Tommy, what do you say?
Going to go 150.
Ooh, we have a tie now, so it all comes down to this. Tommy gets that one right. $150,000 is the top prize.
Probably a boat, too.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can pretty much buy it with that one. All right, fellas.
And all the Bobby Garland, Rebel Yum, and Booyah lures you want.
Yeah, I wish Bruce was here to fill in some more information about that. All righty. Fellas, Ty mentioned this one earlier.
So it all comes down to this.
Teased it a little bit. There is a Baywatch celebrity headed to Hot Springs. It's David Hasselhoff. No, I'm just kidding. It's Carmen Electra. She's headed to Hot Springs. The model, the actress, the cultural icon, and the harbinger of manhood for many young men in the 1990s.
Did she date Rodman, or am I getting her confused?
She did. She was involved with Dennis Rodman, yeah. The celebrity grand marshal for its celebration of the world's shortest St. Patrick's Day parade. It is called the world's shortest St. Patrick's Day parade because it only travels how many feet? Tommy, is it A, 123, B, 69 feet, or C, 98 feet?
Give me the first two options again.
123, 69, or 98. It's a big answer here, Tommy.
69 feet.
69 feet, says Tommy. Ty Richardson, what do you say? 123.
I'm going to say 98.
The champion is now Ty Richardson. Tommy has been unthrown. Ty, it is your turn to pick a rule today.
For a bonus question,
98,
what is the name of the street that the parade is held on?
Oh, I know this. Dadgummit. Sorry, Hot Spring.
Ty did watch the video of this morning, so
we just talked about what they're building in Memphis.
We just talked about what they're building in Memphis.
There's you a clue.
Starts with a B.
Yeah.
I don't know. What that
Do you
that
even
doesn't help
listen
me.
to these things that I'm asking you?
We just talked about what they're building in Memphis. Bass Pro Street.
Take his win away.
Yeah, I honestly should for that, but he did rightfully earn it. So, Ty, you have the rule for today.
What is the name of the street, Colton?
Bridge, I'm assuming.
Bridge Street.
Oh, what? Come on! Like
what?
We
just
just
gave you the
talked about
answer.
That should result in a loss for Ty, but because we're trying to even things up, and I know that you have a good rule
trying
cooked
to
up
keep
for the
the,
last, Otherwise,
trying to keep the bit going.
We don't
here.
want the series to end up like the Arkansas-Texas series. We'd like it to be a little bit more competitive. Ty, go ahead. What's your rule for today?
All right. Every time before you talk, Tommy, you have to go, is this thing on?
I can do that.
And then you have to start talking. Starting now.
Is this thing on?
It is.
Yes.
Speaking of hot springs, the talk of the town Tuesday, is this thing on?
Yes.
Is brought to you by Oaklawn Sports.
There you go.
The push for the playoffs is here, and college football season's winding down and trying to find its entrance into its playoff. The NFL determining division winners and playoff seeding. College basketball's cranking up, and it's all available at the Oaklawn Sports app in the Apple or Google Play Store. Take advantage of all the offers. New customers earn up to $1,000 in bonus bets when you sign up. Get the 10% profit boost for new and existing customers on qualifying three-leg parlays. You'll find futures, outright winners, spreads, totals, player props, game props, and live in-game wagering. Plus, you can bet on basketball, hockey, golf, soccer, tennis table, and a whole lot more. It's the Oaklawn Sports app. Download it now in the Apple app or Google Play Store.
All right,
is this thing on?
It is still it is still on, luckily, for the time being. When we come back, Lane Kiffin had some comments about Texas A&M, Brian Kelly, and the current suit with him in LSU. Plus, they kind of announced when Arkansas is going to play Texas next week. Stay with us. It's the Morning Rush.
Call or text the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963. Lewis Automotive Group, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 79 years.
We got fat.
This is the Morning Rush.
How could I possibly be expected to handle work on a day like this? Take a day off and check out the certified pre-owned rides at Rath Auto Resources. Just bring in your old car and upgrade to the road-ready certified pre-owned vehicle of your choice and get state sales tax paid. So choice. I highly recommend picking one up. Life moves pretty fast, so stop and look around at Rath Auto Resources, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, rathautofortsmith.com. You're still here? The ad's over.
Right now, someone in a Hardee's kitchen is about to warm up your winter with the new grilled cheese bacon burger. Charbroiled 100% Angus beef, bacon, and Swiss and American cheese melting on our soft, buttery sourdough. And our new grilled cheese breakfast sandwich with sausage or bacon and a fried egg. Cozy up to the goodness of the new grilled cheese bacon burger and breakfast sandwich. For a limited time, only at Hardee's. Cinnamon raisin biscuits are back. Unwrap them while you can. Only for a limited time at participating restaurants.
Precision Garage Door features the finest quality materials, installation, and service for all your garage door needs, including garage door repair and new garage doors and openers. Fully licensed and insured with the largest showroom in Northwest Arkansas at 1907 Town West Drive in Rogers and in Fort Smith at 416 North 10th Street. Call Precision Garage Door today at 844-PDS-DOOR or check them out online at PrecisionDoorNWA.com. Financing is available. Precision Garage Door, voted Best Garage Door Company of Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley.
Hey guys, it's No Shave November, and the Arkansas Prostate Cancer Foundation wants you to grow for a reason. Skip the razor, grow your beard, and help raise awareness and funds for prostate cancer, a disease that affects 1 in 8 men right here in Arkansas. Every beard tells a story, and every dollar raised helps provide free screenings, education, and support for Arkansas men. Join the movement, post your pics with hashtag NoShaveAPCF, and sign up today at arprostatecancer.org. That's arprostatecancer.org. Grow it for good.
The Whataburger Buffalo Ranch Chicken Strip Sandwich is back, and it's still bigger and better than any chicken sandwich out there. More chicken strips, more Monterey Jack cheese smothered in buffalo and ranch, all on a 5-inch bun. There's so much crispy, cheesy, saucy goodness, you may find yourself speechless when someone asks what's your favorite part. Not because you can't find the words, just because it's hard to talk when your mouth's full with this much deliciousness. The Buffalo Ranch Chicken Strip Sandwich is back for a limited time. What a burger.
We take this time to honor all those who have given their lives in service to the United States of America and the families they left behind. Their sacrifice will not be forgotten. This salute is courtesy of Permaliner of Arkansas, proudly veteran-owned and operated, and serving our area with excellence. For all of your residential and commercial building material needs, call the pros at 479-769-0502. That's Permaliner of Arkansas. On the air, saluting our troops.
The nation's best home court advantage lives inside Bud Walton Arena. The Razorbacks are back inside the Basketball Palace of Mid-America, and Coach Calipari and the Hogs need you there and need you loud all season long. A limited number of single-game tickets are available right now. Just head over to ArkansasRazorbacks.com and purchase yours today.
World-class trout fishing is the star of the show at Gaston's White River Resort, where a few days away from all the worries and stress will make all right in your world. Gaston's has friendly, experienced guides to help you land your limit. Enjoy your stay at Gaston's in one of their private cottages, or reserve a lodge for up to 20 people. Call now and let Gaston's help you plan your next getaway on the White River. 870-431-5202. That's 870-431-5202. Or learn more at Gastons.com. Gaston's, a first-class time, every time.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
The SEC is the best conference in America.
The tough will survive in this game, and I feel like the SEC is the toughest.
Arkansas is the SEC champion.
You know, every game is a dogfight.
We're about the toughest there is. Week in and week out, you're going to play some of the best, the biggest, the fastest.
The Hogs have finally climbed the hill. It's the first SEC tournament championship for Arkansas.
Where opponents' dreams come to die.
This is your SEC update on the Morning Rush.
Like I said, when people want to schedule and they say, okay, man, we need you to schedule hard teams. You're going to have now 9 SEC and then play another hard one. Well, they went up to Notre Dame and won. So those people that say, man, those schedules are worth it to play that. What if they didn't play Notre Dame? If they just played whoever and just had an easy win, they'd be ranked in the same spot. So what good did that do if that's not rewarded? You know? So they got the highest metrics of everybody, and they're not number one. So I don't know.
I know where A&M slots in the Pradco pyramid of power for you and Bruce, which is number one.
Yeah.
Are they number one in the second edition of the College Football Playoff 2025 rankings tonight, following a ranked road win against Missouri, handily, 38-17, I believe.
There's too much Ohio State love. But, I mean, in the end, I mean, it's not important to be ranked number one now. Important. I think if A&M can run the table here in the regular season and beat Alabama, I think that's more impressive than anything Ohio State's potentially done. Now, they've got to play Indiana, perhaps. That'd be 1 versus 2. So, which is more impressive? I think the schedule, top to bottom, A&M plays is worthy of that spot. But I think in the end, you'll have the Big Ten champ number 1 and the SEC champ probably number 2 when it all settles in the end.
So let's think about this weekend. Ohio State, I can't remember if they beat Purdue on the road, if they beat Mariota on the road or at home.
They were in West Lafayette.
Okay, they were in West Lafayette.
Indiana won late.
Miraculously spectacular.
But they won.
But A&M went to Missouri, and I know that's a backup quarterback. And you know how I feel. I got a lot of respect for Eli Drinkwitz. I hate the guy until if he ever came our head coach, I'd flip the script just like Cal. But they destroyed them in Columbia in that second half.
And they physically just beat the tar out of LSU. Kiffin just mentioned in your quote, you go to Notre Dame and win. They've done everything asked of them, and they've done it impressively.
It's maybe the best non-conference, as Bruce stated earlier, it's maybe the best non-conference win of the regular season of anyone. So I don't know how you don't at least move them to 2, if not 1. Now, that you said the Ohio State infatuation, and Kiffin went on to talk about gambling and rankings. I do believe Ohio State would be favored on a neutral side and you have a chance to bet on Ohio State or A&M. Who are you betting on? You're betting on the Buckeyes. No question.
Main thing is to be a top 4 seed. Mm-hmm. And, again, I think in the end, your Big Ten, assuming no surprising losses. Your Big Ten champ's going to be number 1, and your SEC champ's going to be number 2. And the question will be, what does that do for? Let's just say for a minute that it's Alabama versus A&M for the SEC title.
Undefeated both.
Because right now they've got the inside lanes, right? So what does that do for the one-loss team in that game compared to Ole Miss and Georgia? And how does the I've always thought it was unfair when a team in Alabama won a national title once, sitting on the sideline in the SEC championship game, then goes on and gets a shot. So how is all of that going to play out? So I'm interested to see what happens with perhaps Georgia and Ole Miss.
They will do the same
in comparison to the one-loss team that comes out of the SEC title that was previously undefeated.
They'll do the same thing they did.
Hang on. Is this thing on? I forgot.
I forgot about that. They'll do the same thing they did with SMU last year. They won't penalize the SEC team that loses the championship. They'll do exact same thing.
This thing on?
Yeah, they'll do that moving forward. All right, so that's Kiffin's thoughts. I tend to agree with them on that. The Razorbacks will play the Texas Longhorns. They give you 3 options: 2:30, 6, or 6:30. Network's going to be announced next week, probably Sunday or Monday. I forget which one it is, but it's a flex game, and when they put it out yesterday, usually they give you the game times, but they don't have it just yet. If you win this weekend, you might have a better chance.
This thing on? Which one would you prefer?
2:30. Earlier the better. Any road game, earlier the better.
Okay.
Where are you at?
I agree with you on that.
11:45 in Baton Rouge. I don't know why I think and I say that, they went toe-to-toe with them against the Heisman Trophy winner 2 years ago at night. It was 34-31. That team had no business being in that game, and yet they only lost by 3. So hopefully they
run those 3 options again: 2:30, 6:30, and what?
And 6.
2:30.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Speaking of LSU, Brian Kelly has filed a suit against the Tigers, claiming the school again wants to fire him for cause. I was reading this in the Advocate, NOLA.com this morning. You're better at this than I am, so I'm going to let you do this. Make sure you do that before. Lay in very simple terms, lay down kind of what's going on here in the last 24 to 48 hours.
Is this thing on?
It is on. Go ahead.
LSU doesn't want to pay their $54 million.
Correct.
And they're trying to minimize as much of it as they can. If they have to fabricate something to say that Brian Kelly was fired for cause, don't put it past them. I think the most interesting part of this is they say, oh, no, you're not fired yet. You're not formally terminated.
Yeah.
That's the weirdest part of this whole report is LSU is, you haven't been formally terminated. Well, then great, cool. If I'm Brian Kelly, cool. I'll be there for practice today. That's what you should do. Force their hand.
Oh, yeah.
Show up, This is just about money.
How much?
And because, hey, if they say $15 or $20 million in a negotiation, then that's $20 more million or $15 more million for their next head coach.
Bronco Randy wants you to stop banging on the microphone.
Well, tell Bronco Randy while I got to do it.
Bronco Randy, he lost on the Talk of the Town contest with myself and him.
Didn't have his ears to the streets.
Yeah, he has to do
this thing on.
Yes, it still is on. You can call or text us, Lewis Automotive Group hotline.
My punishment.
877-377-6963. We mentioned this a little bit earlier. Comparatively, with what happened with Governor Landry versus this, how much more?
Which one's worse?
Yeah,
Landry or this?
This is worse.
I mean, they can't get out of their own way.
But what degree? Like, what degree could this hinder them hiring a quality football coach?
A lot. Is this thing on?
Julie Cromer's name coming up in this is also entertaining, just from the Arkansas vantage point.
She's just doing her job. I mean, you can't hold ill will against her if you're an LSU fan or you're an outsider like Arkansas looking in. She's doing her job.
I thought she was in Ohio. Why did I think she was like?
I think she was not at. It wasn't Ohio State, was it?
University of Ohio.
I think it was
University of Ohio. Yeah.
Which is not an Akron. Where is that school? I can't.
Athens, Ohio.
Athens, Ohio. Thank you. I knew it began with an A.
She's just doing her job.
Mm-hmm. Well,
I mean, if you owed someone $54 million, wouldn't you try to mitigate that as much as you could?
If I owed someone,
you'd much rather pay somebody $30 million, which was her last offer.
You think my cheap butt would ever agree to pay someone $54
Well, I mean,
million?
you're contractually obligated. If this goes to court, they will lose.
Yes.
LSU will lose. Now, What Brian Kelly has to lose here is how long do you want to wait for your money?
Mm-hmm.
He's 64 years old. It would, that payout would end on his death as well. I mean, he's 64, he's not 94, but nonetheless, Father Time's not on his side either.
Yeah.
If I'm Brian Kelly, 30's their offer. Let's see if I can get him to 40 and ride off to the next job or into the sunset.
Full payout. Nobody get
Well, I'll even give him some terms. I'll break it up over a couple tax cycles or
lifetime membership at the Country Club of Louisiana.
Well, yeah, I can't imagine. He's such a cultural misfit. I can't imagine him staying in Louisiana.
He's going back to Michigan or
Yeah,
Ohio.
he's a cultural misfit.
I don't know where he's from. He's coached at Central
Massachusetts.
He is.
They'll feed him to the alligators in the swamp if he stays there.
Yeah.
So.
All right, that is your SEC update here this morning here on a Talker of the Town Tuesday.
This thing on?
It still is on.
Brought to you by Farm Credit of Western Arkansas. They have 25 locations around our state, and they can help you figure out the financing option that's best for you when it comes to sprucing up your existing home or maybe building a brand new one from ground up. Go to myaglender.com. That's myaglender.com for Farm Credit of Western Arkansas.
So, former Razorback running back Madre Hill was at the Little Rock Touchdown Club this week and voiced his thoughts on the current coaching search.
I think that you stick with Bobby. First of all, you got a coach who wants to be there. This is the month of November. It's Thanksgiving. You have to allow him to cook the Thanksgiving meal with his recipe, with his seasoning, because when he did it, we ate well. We got fat. If we're going to judge the man, let's judge him right.
Is there anyone that has not given their opinion on this coaching search?
Well,
me
I
included.
hate this analogy.
What
I hate this analogy.
What I just said?
No.
The Thanksgiving analogy?
The Thanksgiving, the meal analogy. You let Bobby get his ingredients in here. Well, yeah, we ate good. And
Why is it wrong?
All respect to Madre
When
Hill.
he did it, we ate well.
Yeah,
we got
it's
fat.
We did. We sure did. It was feast, and now it's famine. And it's been famine for decades.
But
Because that's what it is with Bobby Petrino. It's feast or famine. There is no in between. There is no consistency.
Why is that currently at his feet? Why? I mean, I know you can say, well, back in 2012 in April, he ran off and created all. I get that, but how can you lay it all at his feet in 2025?
Okay, so you laid all at his feet in 2026 and then 2027, and maybe you get to 8 wins or 9 wins again, and then it's famine again
hallelujah,
because one time, but it has to be consistent. Don't you want to get back to 8-7-6, 8-7-6 as opposed to maybe 9-10 as opposed to 6-4-2, 3-4?
No, I want to go to the second. You asked this. Tommy asked this question last week. I would wade through purgatory for another 14 years again if that meant we were going to get to double-digit wins. Do you think? Let me ask you something.
One time?
I mean, they did it twice, but no, yeah. But think about this. All right. So what is happening in Oxford, Mississippi, in my opinion, at least, is not eternal, right? Kevin, at some point in time, I think it's going to leave. It might be for an NFL job. I don't know. Do you think any of that fan base is like, man, this isn't going to last for another 10 or 15 years, so we should invest the level of money that we have with Lane? No, they're thinking, man, this is great. We got to ride this wave while it lasts. And I don't know if Petrino's the wave that we could ride and get to a point where we could get double-digit wins. You laid out the scenario. How do you do it? You got to win 6 non-cons, and 6 conference games, and you got to win 3 non-cons just to get to 9 starting next year.
And you got to play 10 Power 4 games.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like your non-con getting 3 non-cons is, just a pushover. Like next year, beating Utah on the road. Got to go do that.
Salt Lake
and then
City.
2 group of 5s.
Ask Cincinnati how easy it is to play
Then
there.
6 in the SEC.
Mm-hmm.
So we just throw, win 8 or 9. Okay, well, do the math on that. Get back to me. Now, if I was in Baton Rouge or Tuscaloosa or Athens, it's a different conversation. But we're not. We're not starting on the same launching pad as those guys.
And I said it. My stance on Petrino, maybe it shouldn't, maybe it should, changes if he wins one of these games or 2 of these games down the stretch. I personally think they're going to go over. I hope I'm dead wrong. I hope they win in Baton Rouge this weekend.
Well, all this chatter the last week or so, and I guess there's message boards with some folks really talking James Franklin up as a candidate. I mean, that'd be great. listen, James Franklin or Bobby Petrino. To me, that's an easy choice. But what I don't want is
What is the choice?
James Franklin. I mean, easy. If that was your,
Okay.
if that's where I'm, if that's what I'm looking at as Chancellor Robinson, the Board of Trustees, and Hunter Yurchek, that's easy. I just don't believe that's reality. Maybe I'm pessimistic on it. What I don't want to end up with Bobby Petrino in one hand, and then you look at a list of unproven group of 5 coaches that
Tommy hates young guys.
No, I don't want to end up in a Chad Morris situation.
You're just
again.
drooling over a guy that won a Cotton Bowl 15
I'm
years
not
ago and
drooling
won an
over-
Orange Bowl 20 years ago.
I'm just
And
saying.
since then,
let's
since then it's been mid,
Okay.
to be quite honest.
let's review the Chad Morris years again. I don't want to go back to that. Do you think Bobby Petrino would ever lead you back to a 2-year run like Chad Morris had here?
No, because
no, and that's what I don't want to relive.
But that's the outlier. That's the complete and total outlier. That is a guy that had no business being a head coach.
But that's my point is in this market of college football head coaches today, that's very well what you could end up with if it's not handled right.
Did you not hear what Patrick Mahomes said about our former head coach this weekend? I mean, come on. That's the best quarterback in the league and on the planet right now. Had some good things to say about Mr. Morris. That was wild. Did not have that on the bingo card. I tried to find the audio. I think ESPN scrubbed it. There's no way we can allow our moneymaker to have this associated with him. I can't find it anywhere.
Seth and Rogers on the Lewis Automotive hotline here in No Tax November. Tommy, you're a fisherman. It's like already having a large trout in the live well. That's exact. I mean, I don't want to throw Bobby Petrino back. I've got him in the. Now we can keep fishing for a bigger fish, but find me the bigger fish. I mean,
James Franklin's a bigger fish. There's a lot of bigger fish out there, but you're saying that you're.
I'm not saying give him the job today.
It just sounds like you're afraid to even cast the line.
No, I want to keep fishing.
Good. That's what you want to do.
Bobby's a 20-inch, 22-inch rainbow. He is great, but I know there's a 24-inch brown out there.
He's
all right. 20's okay. 24's better. I don't think we're going to get the 30-inch rainbow. I don't think we're going to get a 30-inch brown in the boat. I just don't think we as a program are capable.
Brian says,
but a 24-inch brown is capable. We got a 20 in the live well. I don't want to trade my 20-inch rainbow in for a 16-inch fish.
They all taste the same.
No, they don't. Hey, the Fence Man, 782-3936 is the number. You can call the Fence Man. They can build you a quality fence around your home or business and make it look great. Custom work is never a problem. In fact, they love it because they like adding that to their resume. So if you're looking to make your home or business look better, be more secure, they can do it with powered automatic gates, controlled access on walk-through gates, and a whole lot of other ways to make your home better or your business more secure as well. 782-3936, the Fence Man. He ain't afraid of nowhere. Keep those comments coming in here. Lewis Automotive Group hotline open, flurry of text here, 877-377-6963. We're talking about trout and fishing here. That leads us into Gaston's White River Resort. Looking at pictures from this past weekend and even yesterday, even though we've had some colder temperatures, that hadn't stopped the pros at Gaston's from really taking out their guests for a wonderful day on the White River. Bundle up early. It's cold. I don't care if it's 4th of July. It can be cool early in the morning on that White River. So dress appropriately, but I'm telling you, still a wonderful day. And by the middle of this week and this weekend, it's going to be a great time to be on the White River and enjoy a wonderful day. Sean White's one of their top guides there and really knows how to make sure that you have a good day. All their guides do that for you. You say, well, I don't know anything about, I'm a bass fisherman. I've never fished. I'd like to take my grandkids. Sounds like a great time, but I don't know what to do. Well, that's why Sean and the other staff are there to make sure you have that great time. They make sure you got the right tackle and rod and reel in the boat. They make sure that everything you need to catch the fish is there. And one thing ain't working, they'll switch to another. Drinks and refreshments to keep the kids happy in the boat. That'll be there. And they'll make sure that you get to the right spots to have a chance at that trophy brown or rainbow. 870-431-5202 is the number. 870-431-5202. Gaston's White River Resort, a first-class time every time.
Call or text the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963.
They got some girth.
This is the Morning Rush.
Up to $11,000 off on select GMC Sierras at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The GMC Sierra will conquer the road with confidence. Up to $11,000 off, or take 4.9% for up to 84 months. Lease the all-new 2025 GMC Hummer and go 0 to 60 in under 3.9 seconds for as low as $9.99 a month. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
The Bush Guide, cold and smooth survival skills. For a successful stint in the great outdoors, pack accordingly. Place heavy essentials near your spine for stability in rough terrain, with light items near the bottom. Now, you may be wondering, where does the Bush Light go? In your stomach. Head for the mountains. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2023, Anheuser-Busch, Busch Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Valley Family Dental at the entrance to Riley Farms provides every type of dental care and procedure for you and your family. General dentistry, braces, implants, same-day crowns, and cosmetics. Dr. Sparkman, Farmer, and now Dr. Blaine Van Nice work to give all of their patients a better life with a better smile. Valley Family Dental, 5901 Riley Park Drive, Suite A at the entrance to Riley Farms. Let them know you heard this on ESPN Radio and receive $300 off a snore guard. Valley Family Dental, 479-226-3500 for an appointment, or visit valleyfamilydentalpractice.com.
Hey Razorback fans, Matt Jones here. We're all experiencing higher prices on just about everything, and that includes sunrooms, patio covers, and windows. If you've gotten an estimate on any of these projects and you were shocked by the price, then you need to call Sawyers. They've been making quality, affordable products for 35 years. They're local, they have 100% financing, and a beautiful showroom with all their products displayed. So give my buddy Buzz a call or check them out, sawyers-sunrooms.com.
A friend is someone who knows where you came from. Someone who always shows up when you need them. Someone who's there for the good times and the challenging ones. With comprehensive insurance policies backed by award-winning customer service, Shelter Insurance is committed to being there when you need us most. To find your local agent, visit shelterinsurance.com. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Call your Shelter Insurance agent, Ryan Hughes, in Fort Smith.
It's the season for shopping the store that honors Christ all year long. It's the season for shopping the Solid Rock. Lots of gift ideas, including home decor, greeting cards, books, women's boutique items, and of course, Bibles. And while you're there, make your gift extra special with custom laser engraving, pins, cutting boards, wallets, Bibles, and more. Lots of selections to choose from, or ask about custom orders. The Solid Rock, located next to Sam's Club on South 74th in Fort Smith. The Solid Rock, family owned and serving the River Valley for over 48 years.
Stop in for big savings on their 2-day Christmas open house on November 21st and 22nd.
Hey, it's JT here at Blue Ember Smokehouse. Thanksgiving is right around the corner, and we're here to take the stress out of cooking. Order one of our whole turkeys, turkey breasts, or pit carving hams, all slow smoked the Blue Ember way. And don't forget your favorite sides: mac and cheese, green beans, potato salad, and more. Spend more time with family and less time in the kitchen this year. Last day to order is Friday, November 21st, so place your holiday order today by stopping in-store or calling your nearest Blue Ember Smokehouse. Blue Ember Smokehouse. Get smoked.
Hi, I'm Kelly Smith, owner of Dixie Digital Imaging. The future of office printing is here with Xerox's Connect Key technology and cloud connectivity. Xerox offers seamless integration, top-notch security, and unmatched efficiency to help your business stay ahead. Don't miss out. Call us today at 783-6600 and ask about our special offer for a free Xerox color printer with many Xerox models. Dixie Digital Imaging, leading the way in office technology.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Interested in grabbing a couple burgers? Those are good burgers, brother. Archer Burger. My God.
This is CJ's Trivia Tuesday, presented by CJ's Butcher Boy Burgers in Fayetteville and Russellville.
I got the shakes that'll make you quit. I got the fries that'll cross your eyes. I got the burgers that'll... Just for burgers.
When all you do are burgers, they have to be the best.
All right, we got about 30 seconds, so you can call or text us here at Lewis Automotive Group hotline. We'll just do a text, actually, for your chance to win a $25 CJ's Butcher Boy Burgers gift card. We said it earlier. When the Arkansas Razorbacks went to Baton Rouge back in 2011, The Tigers were number 1. What were you ranked in that game? 877-377-6963. Just need a text for your chance to win a $25 CJ's Butcher Boy Burger gift card. Tommy, you framed it earlier. That's, outside of that kind of little stint with basketball, that's one of the best times you've had in football recently. There you go.
This thing going. Yeah, it's been the golden moment for most of our lifetimes in Razorback football history. So the most consistent 2 years we've ever had.
Derek's been listening on his AirPods this morning, so apparently it's been wrong.
Get him a migraine. Congrats, Spencer in Cedarville was the first one.
He's correct. Arkansas was number 3. You're up 14-0. Alonzo Highsmith takes back that fumble, and then things went awry, unfortunately.
Is this thing on?
It is still on. It's going to be on for halftime coming up. Phil Elson in studio with QB1, Matt Jones, and Big C coming up next.
Hey, Hog fans, this is Elizabeth.
This is Robert. And this is Matt, and we're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback.
Folks, it's the most wonderful time of the year.
No, it's not Christmas yet.
No, Mom, he's referring